Today, we'll take a look at how to build the core pillar of the generative action, knowledge and instruction. We start by creating the intent called credit cards, followed by adding the generative action through the Boost Flow builder. Once the generative action is created, we give it a name, and we then add a start text. Next are the instructions, and they are what controls the behavioral aspect of the generative action. In this case, we will tell it who it is, what it does, and how it should do it. It's a virtual assistant working for Boost Bank. It can reply in any language the user requests. The answer should be as short and concise as possible. The generative action should always be friendly, enthusiastic, and professional. And lastly, it's allowed to incorporate emojis when appropriate. The last step is that we need to add the actual knowledge to the generative action. We support URLs or websites, Word documents, PDFs, text files, and HTML files. We're also working hard to add even more file formats to the repository. In this case, we'll be adding 2 Word files to serve as a knowledge foundation for the generative action. And now, once applied and saved and closed, we effectively produce the most basic version of the generative action, which we can conversate with through the front end. We start by predicting to the intent by engaging in a conversation about a credit card. In this use case, the user is getting their first credit card, which leaves the generative action to ask what is important to the user and what is the purpose of the credit card. Based on the user circumstances, so it's the first job, they need it for traveling, the generative action shows enthusiasm about them getting their first job and recommends the best product fit, all in one reply. We call this real-time sentiment analysis. Finally, the user expresses concern regarding the delivery time of the credit card, and the generative action weaves this concern into the reply while also naturally providing the next steps for how to apply for a credit card. That's all I had for you today. Thank you.